Hello, and welcome to How to Use Your Resource Team in the Sanctuary. Before we begin, I'd like to take a few moments to explain how we'll use the Sanctuary and the Resource Team. You've probably already created your Sanctuary, that safe inner place, and hopefully you've already assembled your Resource Team with the Resource Team Builder. If not, you can go back to your base camp, click on My Workspace, and then click on Tools and Resources. You will find your Resource Team Builder there, and you can choose who's going to be on the team and what kind of characteristics you would like them to have or need them to have. So today we're not building those things from scratch. Instead, we're going to use them intentionally, respectfully, and gently. Your sanctuary is that place inside your imagination, memory, nervous system, and deeper inner mind where you can experience safety, stability, and choice. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to appear vividly. It may come as a picture, a feeling, just a knowing, or a body sensation, or simply an idea of a safe place. However it shows up, that's enough. The resource team is there to support the parts of you that need care. Each member of the team has a particular function. They're not there to take over. They're not there to force anything. They're there to help create the conditions in which healing can happen naturally. The nurturing parent part offers warmth, tenderness, patience, comfort, and emotional healing. This is the part that knows how to say, "You're safe now. You matter. I'm here with you." It can provide the kind of kindness that may have been missing, interrupted, inconsistent, or unavailable altogether at that time in your younger life when you were wounded. The protective parent offers boundaries, strength, steadiness, and protection. This part does not need to be harsh or frightening. It can be calm, firm, and reliable. It knows how to say, "No harm comes here. No one has access to this child without permission. This is protected space." The protective parent helps the inner child feel that someone is capable of watching that door. The wise, mature adult self, the one I call the CEO of the self, brings perspective, timing, discernment, problem solving, decision making, and good judgment. This is the part that understands the difference between then and now. It can help the younger parts know, in a way that feels safe and believable, that the danger, loneliness, confusion, or helplessness of the past is not happening in that same way now. The wise, mature adult can make decisions, slow things down, and keep the process appropriate and moving. The true spiritual self is the deepest, most authentic, most whole essence of you. This is the part that does not need to be dramatic or mythical. It may simply be experienced as a quiet truth, a small inner voice, inner dignity, compassion, clarity, or a sense of the self that existed before the wounds and remains present beneath everything that happens. I think of it as the sun shining behind the clouds, and all the woundedness and shame and contempt are the clouds. Whenever there's a cloudy day or a stormy day, you can be sure there's a sun shining behind those clouds. In the same way, we have a true spiritual self shining behind those wounded parts of us. This part can help the child remember, what happened to me was not the whole of me. And there may also be optional provisional resources. Anybody you need, anybody you want, as long as they don't bring any negativity into the sanctuary. We call that contamination because it can affect the safety and healing properties of your sanctuary. So these are temporary supportive presence, qualities, symbols, strengths, people in the past that have been there and are useful for this session only, or for as long as they are needed. They might represent courage or calmness, humor, patience, steadiness, safety, clarity, or any other healing quality. We don't need to define them too tightly. We just simply allow the client's deeper mind to provide what's useful, appropriate, and congruent. Today we will use the resource team to help us with a wounded inner child part within the sanctuary. The inner child may represent your younger emotional state, a memory-based part, a need that was not met, or a part of you that carries older fear and shame or sadness, loneliness, anger, confusion, or helplessness. We don't need to force the child to speak. We don't need to make the child relive anything. We don't need to go searching for trauma. The goal is not exposure. The goal is intensity. The goal is contact, safety, repair, and integration. Healing, in other words. The child will be met in the healing place within the sanctuary. The resource team will be present before any contact is made. The protective parent will make sure the space is secure. The wise, mature adult will regulate the pacing of the healing. The nurturing parent will offer comfort. The true spiritual self will offer compassionate radiance over the whole area. We call that presence. Any provisional resources may be invited in as needed. Maybe it's a grandparent or a fictional character in a favorite movie or book. All that's required is that it be safe, compassionate, and curious, and able to help. It's important to remember that an adult client remains in charge throughout the process. This is the part of you that has to be the observing part, watching over everything, to make sure that if there any alarms go off that we respond appropriately, which means to slow down, pause, or stop altogether. You don't have to feel anything strongly. You don't need to make anything happen. If something feels like too much, we slow down. If something feels unclear, we allow it to be unclear. And if the child does not want to come close, we respect that. If the child wants to stay hidden, we respect that too. Sometimes healing is not when the child is touched, questioned, or approached, but when the child realizes that for the first time, no one is going to rush them. In this work, consent matters inside as well as outside, so we allow the child to have preferences. The child may want distance. The child may want a blanket, a toy, a warm drink, a safe animal, a quiet corner, or simply the knowledge that the adults are nearby, functional, and ready to help. The resource team does not overwhelm the child with attention. They attune, they notice, they wait, and they offer. In the same way, you do not need to become the child. You can remain connected to the present moment while observing, sensing, and gently relating to the child from a safe distance. This is one of the reasons the resource team is so useful. The team can help ensure that the younger part is not alone, and that you are not alone either. The purpose of today's experience is to let the wounded child receive something corrective, perhaps protection, perhaps comfort that was needed, perhaps an explanation that was never given, or permission to stop carrying blame and shame, perhaps the simple felt sense that help has arrived. And we will allow that help to come in the right order. Safety first, then connection, then comfort, then repair, then integration, only to the degree that's appropriate today. There's no pressure to complete anything in one session. A single moment of true safety can be meaningful. A single moment of being seen can begin to change the way an old wound is held inside. The deeper mind often knows exactly how much is needed and how much is enough. So as we prepare to begin, I'll invite you to settle in comfortably, knowing that the sanctuary is already there, the resource team is already assembled, and every part of this process can unfold in a pace that honors safety, dignity, and choice. So in a few moments, I'll guide you into a brief relaxation, then into the sanctuary, and then toward the healing place where the resource team can gather. From there, we will allow the wounded child part to be approached gently, respectfully, and only in a way that's right for today. You don't have to do this perfectly. You only have to allow the possibility that some part of you already knows how healing can happen. And now, as we begin, allow yourself to settle into that comfortable position, the one that feels supported enough for this work. You don't have to force relaxation. You do not have to make anything happen. You do not have to perform hypnosis correctly. You just need to let whatever happens happen. For these next few moments, all you need to do is notice that you're here in this room, in this present moment, with the option to go only as deep as feels right for you today. Begin by noticing the support beneath you. The feel of the chair, the couch or floor, whatever it is that's holding your body. Let yourself begin to register that support. Not because you have to relax all at once, but because some part of the body may begin to understand. I do not have to hold myself up completely right now. And as you notice that support, you may also notice that there's a natural rhythm of your breathing. That's right, there's no need to change your breathing. Simply notice it. The breath coming in, the breath going out. The slight movement of the chest, the ribs, the belly, or whatever else you feel your breath most easily. And if it feels comfortable, you might allow the out breath to become just a little longer than the in breath. Not dramatically, not forcefully, just enough to send a quiet message to the nervous system. We are slowing down now. Breathing in and noticing. Breathing out and softening. Breathing in and arriving. Breathing out and releasing anything that does not need to be held quite so tightly in this moment. And as the body continues breathing, you can begin to notice the muscles around those eyes, those small muscles that work so much throughout the day. You might even let that area around the eyes become softer, the forehead smoothing, the jaw loosening, the tongue resting more comfortably in the mouth. And if that jaw has been holding anything, perhaps it can just release and relax for a little bit. Not all at once. Release and relax only as much as feels safe. You can let the shoulders know they don't have to protect you in the old way right now. Those shoulders may drop just a fraction. The arms may begin to feel heavier, warmer, simply more at ease, more relaxed. The hands may rest. The fingers may soften. And even if part of you remains alert, that's perfectly all right. The goal is not to erase awareness. The goal is to create enough calm, enough steadiness, and enough inner space for the work to happen safely. So one part of you may listen to my voice. Another part may notice the room, while another part may drift even deeper inward. And another part may simply keep watch in a healthy, appropriate way. All of those responses are welcome. Nothing has to be pushed away. In fact, this process works best when every part of you is treated with respect. So, as you continue to breathe, you may gently remind yourself, I am here now. This is the present. I have choice. I can pause at any time. It's okay to go at a pace that's right for me. And with each breath, the body can begin to make a little more room for those truths. Now, as you sit there comfortably, bring your attention to the center of the body, maybe around the chest, the heart, the upper belly, or the place inside you that feels like your center today. That's right, the center of your being. You don't need to find it perfectly. Simply imagine that somewhere within you there is a center, a place of steadiness, a place that can observe, a place that can notice, a place that does not have to become overwhelmed by what it notices. And from this steady center, you can begin to sense that adult self is present. That wise, mature adult self who is here now. The adult self who has survived many things. The adult self who has learned things that the child did not yet know. The adult self that has more options, more support, more understanding, more capacity than the younger part had back then. That's right. Let that adult self be present in whatever way feels right for you. Perhaps it's a feeling of steadiness. Perhaps as a posture. Or as a quiet thought. perhaps a simple recognition. I'm older now, I'm here now, and I don't have to leave any younger part of me alone anymore. Very good. And now, without going anywhere too quickly, you can begin to invite a gentle sense of inner distance. Not distance as separation, not distance as avoidance, but distance as perspective. The kind of distance that allows you to notice an old feeling without being swallowed by it. The kind of distance that allows you to approach a younger part with care rather than suddenly being pulled into the past. So, imagine, sense, or simply know that there is a comfortable space between you and anything that may arise today. A comfortable, safe amount of space. Just the right amount of space. And this space can adjust at any time. Closer if it feels healing. Farther away if that feels safer. Still and steady if that's what is needed. You remain in choice. Now, in a moment, we will move toward the sanctuary. But before we do, allow that body to become just a little bit more settled. That's right, you might imagine that with every exhale, the body releases one small layer of unnecessary tension. A layer from the forehead, a layer from the jaw, a layer from the throat, a layer from the shoulders, a layer from the chest, a layer from the belly, releasing a layer from the hips and legs, and a layer from the feet. Let the body be here. Let the breath be here. Let this present moment be here. And perhaps there's a part of the mind that likes to think, analyze, evaluate, or anticipate. That's not a problem at all. In fact, you can thank that part for all it's been doing to try to help. You can let it know that it doesn't have to disappear or go anywhere. It can simply step back enough to allow the deeper mind, the body, and the inner resources to participate. The thinking mind can remain nearby, calm, observing, but it does not have to manage every detail. It does not have to solve the whole story. It can allow the resource team to do what resource teams do. And as that begins to happen, you may become aware that your sanctuary already exists. You don't have to create it now. You do not have to make it vivid, bright, clear. You only need to allow the idea of it to come closer. That's right, your safe inner place. The place that's already been prepared. A place where healing work can happen with boundaries, support, and care. A place that you are becoming so familiar with. Maybe you see it. Maybe you feel it. Maybe you simply remember that it's there. Any of all of those is fine. And as you begin to sense the presence of the sanctuary, you may also begin to sense that the resource team is already available. The nurturing parent part, the protective parent, the wise, mature adult self, that true spiritual you. And any optional provisional resources that you have called in here for today. Now, you don't need to call them forward yet. Just know that they are available. Like trusted members of a care team waiting nearby. Calm, respectful, steady, ready to help but not rushing, ready to support but not intruding, ready to protect, comfort, clarify, and guide this process at the right time in the right place. And with that awareness, allow yourself to take one deeper breath in and an even slower breath out. You're letting the body know we're not going to do this alone. Another breath in and out. We are going with support. Another breath in and another breath out. We are going with choice. That's right. So now Let your attention gently turn toward the entrance, pathway, threshold, or entry point of your sanctuary. You do not need to enter fully yet. Just allow yourself to become aware of the way there. The body can remain safely here in the present. And the mind can begin to move gently toward that inner place. And the adult self remains present. The resource team remains available. The pace remains respectful. And every part of you is invited to know that there is no need to rush. There's no need to force. There is only the next gentle step toward safety, support, and healing. And now, allowing the breath to remain easy and natural, begin to sense that you are approaching the entrance to your sanctuary. This may be a door, a gate, a path, a shoreline, opening to a garden, a room, a clearing, a staircase or hallway, or simply a shift in feeling. However, your deeper mind represents that entrance is perfectly acceptable. There's no need to make it vivid, no need to make it look a certain way. It's enough to know that this is the way into safety, the way into that safe inner place you've already created. Now, before going too deeply, take a moment to pause here at the threshold. Notice that you're not being pulled in. You are choosing to enter. Notice that the adult self, that wise, mature part of you, is present. And the body remains here, supported in the present moment. And notice that you can move at exactly the right pace. As you stand here, sense or imagine yourself here at the entrance. Allow the protective parent to step forward first. The protective parent does not need to make a dramatic entrance. that part may be experienced as a figure, a felt sense, a tone of voice, a posture, a presence, a symbol, or simply a knowing. Take your time and let that protective parent check that entrance out. Let this part make sure that the sanctuary is secure, private, and appropriate for today's healing work. That protective parent may set a clear boundary around the sanctuary. A boundary that says only what is safe, helpful, respectful, only what is appropriate may enter this space. Only what supports healing may come forward. Everything else must remain outside. So take a moment to notice how it feels when that boundary is established. Does the body soften just a little bit? Perhaps the breath becomes easier. Perhaps the mind becomes more quiet, more peaceful. Or perhaps you simply know that this space is protected. That's enough. Now, allow that wise, mature adult self to come forward. And this wiser, more mature adult you can stand beside you or near you, bringing calm perspective and good judgment. This part understands pacing. This part understands that healing does not require flooding, forcing, or rushing. This part knows how to say, "We'll go only as far as is right for today." We'll notice signs of comfort and discomfort. We can pause, step back, or change course at any time. So let the wise, mature adult self become aware of the whole process before it begins, as though this part can gently oversee the timing, the sequence, and the emotional temperature of the work. Very good. Now, allow the nurturing parent part to come forward. Notice, does this part bring warmth, kindness, gentleness, emotional care? Is it close or at a comfortable distance? It may offer the feeling of a soft blanket, a warm hand, a calm voice, a safe lap, a steady presence, or simply unconditional kindness. That's right. Let that nurturing parent part be present in any way that feels most appropriate. Not overwhelming, not intrusive, just available and approachable. A presence that says, "You do not have to earn my care. You don't have to explain everything before comfort can arrive. You are allowed to be met gently with compassion." Very good. Now, allow that true spiritual self with all its radiance become present. This may be subtle. Maybe it feels like a quiet center of truth, or a quality of dignity, a deeper compassion, a sense of wholeness beneath the wound, like that sun shining behind the clouds. A peaceful awareness that has not been destroyed by what happened. There's no need to define it too much. Simply allow the radiance of that true spiritual self to be present and saturate this area with curiosity and compassion. As the deepest, authentic self, the part that knows your essential worth. That's right. This present does not pressure the child, does not demand forgiveness. It does not bypass pain. It simply holds a deeper truth. The wounded part is not bad. The wounded part is not broken beyond repair. The wounded part belongs. And if any optional provisional resources are useful for today, allow them to become available now. Only what's appropriate. Only what is congruent. Only what supports safety and healing. And these resources may appear as qualities, objects, sensations, symbols, images, or simple inner capacities. Perhaps calm, perhaps courage, perhaps patience, perhaps playfulness, perhaps steadiness, perhaps a sense of spaciousness, or perhaps something else entirely. And if nothing extra is needed, that's fine too. The core team is already enough. Now, with the protective parent having secured the space, a wise, mature adult guiding the pace, the nurturing parent offering warmth, the true spiritual you holding deep worth, and any provisional resources available as needed. Allow yourself to enter the sanctuary. One step, one breath, one gentle shift at a time. And as you enter, notice what tells you that this place is safe enough. Perhaps it's the quality of the light, the temperature, the colors, the sounds, the textures of the surfaces. The sense of privacy, the sense of space, the sense that nothing has to happen before you are ready. Let your awareness move around the sanctuary slowly. As you explore, notice the ground beneath your feet. Notice the air around you. Notice whether there's a place to sit, rest, stand, or observe. Let the body, in this present moment, receive some of that safety, as much as it can. That's it. Now, somewhere within the sanctuary, allow yourself to become aware of the healing space. This healing space may already be part of the sanctuary. Maybe a room, a garden, a special sheltered clearing, a warm cabin, a quiet sandy beach, a soft bed, a comfortable therapy room, a safe playroom, or any other place your mind has prepared for repair and care. You do not need to invent it. Simply allow it to become available. And as you move toward that healing place, notice that you are accompanied by the resource team moving with you. The protective parent may walk on ahead, checking the path. The wise, mature adult self may remain right there beside you, steady and observant. The nurturing parent carries warmth and comfort. And the radiance of that true spiritual self may quietly illuminate the whole space with love, compassion, and truth. And any provisional resources may take their proper place nearby and available. Now, when you arrive at the healing place, pause again. There's no rush. Let the protective parent have time to check this space out. Let it make this part of the sanctuary, healing, safe and contained and private, suitable for a meeting with that younger part of you. So perhaps the protective parent closes a door or stands guard at an entrance or strengthens the boundary, adjusting the lighting and creating a sense of enclosure. Whatever happens, let it be simple and effective. Now let the wise, mature adult self observe this healing space and make any adjustments. Maybe the space needs to be softer. Maybe it needs more room or distance. Maybe it needs a comfortable place for the child to be. Maybe it needs an area where the adult self can sit without crowding the child. Maybe it needs a way for the child to approach gradually. Just allow that wise, mature adult self to make all those arrangements now. And let that nurturing parent part add whatever comforts are appropriate. Perhaps a favorite blanket, a pillow, a stuffed animal, a warm drink, a gentle light, a favorite safe object, a small chair, a hiding place if hiding feels safer, a place to be seen if being seen feels healing. That's right. Let that nurturing parent part prepare the healing place with tenderness and respect. And let the radiant, true spiritual self bring in the atmosphere of deep acceptance and compassion. Not pushing, not fixing, not analyzing, just quietly communicating. You are welcome here. You are not too much. You do not have to be different to be loved. You belong here. Very good. Now, take a moment to notice where you, the adult self, are positioned here in the healing place. You may be close to the resource team. You may be seated. You may be standing. You may be watching from a comfortable distance. You may be near that wise, most mature adult, so you can remain oriented and steady. Let yourself find the position that's right for you. Now, before one of those wounded child parts appears or is invited forward, allow the resource team to form a supportive arrangement. The protective parent may be near the entrance or boundary. The wisest, most mature part may be near you. The nurturing parent may be close enough to offer care and support when invited. The radiant, true spiritual self may be present throughout the entire space like a quiet field of compassion. And any provisional resources may be arranged wherever they are most helpful. And now simply notice that the child does not have to come yet. The younger part is not being summoned by force. This healing space is being prepared first. Safety comes first. Support comes first. And choice comes first. And perhaps some younger part of you, somewhere deep inside, can begin to sense that something is different now. This time, there are capable, reliable adults. This time, there are boundaries. This time, there is warmth. This time, there's wisdom. This time, there's a deep respect. And this time, no one will rush the child. That's right, just let those truths settle. Maybe into the heart. Maybe into the belly. Maybe into the whole nervous system. Maybe simply into the idea of the sanctuary itself. And as you rest here in the healing place, surrounded by the resource team, allow yourself to go just a little deeper into the experience of safety. You might imagine counting down from 5 to 1, each number allowing the healing place to become more stable, more present, and more available. 5, feeling the protected boundary of the sanctuary. 4, sensing the resource team gathered and ready. 3, knowing the adult self remains present and in choice. 2, allowing the healing place to become calm, steady, and prepared. 1, resting in the awareness that the younger part will be met only with safety, respect, and care. And now simply remain there for a moment in the sanctuary, in the healing place, with the resource team assembled, the adult self present, and the whole process protected. And with the deeper mind ready to allow the next step to unfold in the safest, most healing way available today. And now, resting in the healing place within the sanctuary, with the healing resource team assembled and available, allow that next step to happen in whatever way it happens, gently and safely. There's no need to search for the wounded child. There's no need to pull anything forward. There's no need to make the child appear clearly. Instead, simply allow the wisest, most mature part of you to send a quiet invitation inward. If there is a younger part of me who would benefit from safe, respectful care today, that part may become known in whatever way is right. And then just pause. Let there be space. A wounded child may appear as an image, a memory, an age, a feeling, a sensation, a posture, a sound, or simply a knowing. Perhaps the child is nearby, perhaps far away, perhaps hidden or hiding, perhaps uncertain. Maybe it's watching from behind something. Maybe it's not even visible at all, but somehow present here. Whatever way it happens is enough. And if the younger part does not want to come close, that's respected. The wise, mature adult can say, "You do not have to come closer than you want to. You do not have to talk. You do not have to explain anything. You are allowed to take your time." And notice how important that is. This time, the child not being rushed. This time, the child is not being judged. This time, the child is not being asked to carry adult responsibilities. This time, the child is being met by capable, reliable, steady, caring resources. Now allow that protective parent to make the safety of the healing place very clear. It may be standing near the boundary, near a door, near the entrance, or wherever protection is most necessary, most comforting. And let this part communicate in whatever words or feelings are right. No one unsafe has any access to you here. No one gets to overwhelm you here. No one gets to blame you here. No one gets to demand that you be different. Because this space is protected. You are protected now. Let those words or the feelings behind those words reach that younger part of you only as much as the younger part can comfortably receive. Maybe the child notices. Maybe the child does not fully believe it yet. That's okay. This team does not need the child to believe everything immediately. This team only needs to remain consistent. Now allow the nurturing parent part to become gently available. Not too close unless the child wants closeness. Not touching unless touch is clearly welcomed. not speaking too much if quiet is better. The nurturing parent may simply sit nearby, warm and patient. And this part may offer a blanket, a pillow, a soft light, a comforting object, a warm drink, or whatever symbol of care is appropriate. And the nurturing parent part can say softly, "I'm here with you. You don't have to be alone with this anymore. You don't have to earn comfort. You do not have to be good enough to receive care. You're already good enough and deserve care. You deserved care then, and you deserve care now." Allow those messages to be offered gently, without pressure. If the child turns away, that is respected. If the child listens from a distance, that is respected. If the child feels unsure, that is also respected. Because the nurturing parent knows how to wait. Now, allow the wisest, most mature adult part to help orient the child to the difference between then and now. This may be done carefully, slowly, and only in a way the child can fully understand. The wise, mature adult self might say, "That was then. This is now. You were little then. You did not have the power, choices, or understanding as adults should have had. What happened was not your fault. You were not responsible for managing everything. You were not responsible for making adults behave well. You were not responsible for preventing what you could not prevent. You were a child." Let that simple truth sink in. Let it be paced. Let it land only as much as the younger part can receive today. And perhaps the child needs to hear one sentence more than the others. Perhaps it was not your fault. Or, you were too little to handle that alone. Or, someone should have stepped in to help you. Or, you are safe here now. Notice and allow the deeper mind to notice what truth matters most. Very good. Now, invite the radiant, true spiritual you to Become more present in the healing place. Again, this does not need to be dramatic. It may simply be a quiet atmosphere of dignity, compassion, and deep acceptance. Let this presence communicate to the child. You are not the wound. You are not the fear. You are not the shame. You are not what happened. There is something whole in you that has always been here. You belong. You matter. You are a part of me, and I will not abandon you. Let that deeper truth surround this child like a gentle field of compassion, not forcing the child to feel better, not bypassing the pain, simply making room for a truth larger than the wound. Very good. Now, if any provisional resources are needed, allow the wise, mature adult to invite only those that are appropriate for this child, this moment, and this healing place. Perhaps the child needs courage nearby. Perhaps calmness. Perhaps patience. Perhaps a sense of being believed. Perhaps permission to be angry. Permission to cry. Perhaps a sense of playfulness. Perhaps silence. Perhaps a safe distance. Perhaps a container where old fear can be placed for now. Whatever provisional resource is useful may take its place gently and respectfully. That's right. And now, with all the resources in place in the sanctuary, in this sacred healing place, ask the child, either silently or out loud inside, what do you need most of all from us right now? Then just wait. The answer may come in words. It may come as an image. It may come as a body sensation. It may come as a movement. It may come as a knowing. It may come as no answer at all. Just take your time and allow that child time to answer, and ask again, silently or out loud in this space, what do you need most of all from us right now? If no answer comes, the wise, mature adult can decide the next safe step, and the nurturing parent can simply continue offering steady care and compassion. If the child needs comfort, let comfort be offered. If the child wants protection, let protection become stronger. If the child wants distance, let distance be honored. If the child wants to hide, let the hiding place become safer. If the child wants to be seen, let the team see that child with the eyes of love and kindness. If the child needs to be held, wants to be held, allow the nurturing parent to offer the holding in whatever way is safe and welcome. If the child wants that adult self nearby, let the adult self approach slowly, only to the distance that feels right. And from that distance, the adult self may say something like, I know I may not have been able to reach you before, but I'm here now. I'm learning how to listen. I'm learning how to protect you. I'm learning how to care for you. You don't have to carry this alone anymore. Let the child receive that in the way the child can. Very good. Now, allow that protective parent to address any old fear that still lingers in or about the child. That protective parent may say, the danger not welcome in this healing place. The blame is not welcome here. The shame does not belong to you, this child. This child does not have to hold what was never theirs to hold. And perhaps the protective parent gently removes, contains, or places at a safe distance anything that does not belong with that child anymore. Not by force, not by denial, but with steady authority. Old blame can be placed outside the boundary. Old fears can be held in a safe container. Old messages can be removed from the child's body, clothing, hands, heart, shoulders, or voice, if the deeper mind allows that image to happen naturally. And as those old burdens are addressed, the wise, mature adult can help the child understand You do not have to solve the past. You do not have to explain everything. You do not have to forgive anyone today. You do not have to be ready for anything before you're ready. Your only job now is to receive the care and compassion that is safe to receive. Now let the nurturing parent offer the child something corrective, perhaps a hand to hold, or a velvety blanket of warmth, perhaps a gentle embrace, perhaps kind words, perhaps food, rest, playfulness, or sleep. Perhaps someone sitting nearby throughout the night. Perhaps someone saying over and over, "I believe you. I see you. I'm staying right here. You are not too much. Your feelings make perfect sense. You are not bad. And you are safe enough now." Let the child receive exactly what is appropriate. And as this happens, the true spiritual self may quietly remind the child of their original innocence. Not perfectness, innocence. The innocence of being young. The innocence of having needs. The innocence of needing love. The innocence of needing protection. The innocence of understanding what they felt. Let this child be restored to their rightful place, not as the problem, not as the burden, but as a younger part who needed help is now being helped. And now notice whether the child would like to remain here in the healing place for rest, continuing to receive care from the resource team, or come a little closer to the adult self. There's no correct answer. If the child wants to stay in the healing place, the resource team will remain there with them. If the child wants to be near the adult self, allow that to happen gently. If the child wants to be held by the nurturing parent, allow that. If the child wants to stand beside the protective parent, allow that. If the child wants to sit quietly with the true spiritual self, allow it. The wise, mature adult self oversees the choice and makes sure that it's right for today. That's right. Now allow the adult self to make a simple promise to the child. Only a promise that can be kept. Perhaps, "I will come back. I will listen. I will not shame you for having feelings. I will not ask for help when we need help. I will ask for help when we need help. I will remember that you are a part of me. I will keep learning how to protect and care for you. Let it be honest. Let it be realistic. Let it be steady. And let the resource team support that promise so that the adult self does not have to carry it alone. Now allow the child to receive one final message for today from each resource. From the protective parent, you are protected here. From the nurturing parent, you are cared for here. From the wisest, most mature adult self, we will go at a pace that's right for you. From the true spiritual self, you belong and your worth is unchanged. And from any provisional resource, whatever quality is most needed for integration today, now pause. Let the healing place become quiet. Let the child rest, respond, or simply be. Let the resource team remain steady. Let the adult self observe that something corrective has begun. It does not have to be complete yet. It does not have to be dramatic. It does not have to be perfect. A new experience has been offered, and the child was not alone. The child was not blamed. The child was not rushed. The child was met with protection, wisdom, nurture, and deep acceptance. And the deeper mind can continue organizing this healing in the right way, at the right pace, even after this session is over and in the days ahead. So for now, allow the resource team to keep the child safe in the healing place, or to help the child settle wherever they belong and want to be within the sanctuary. The adult self may step back gently, knowing the connection remains, the team remains, the sanctuary remains, and healing can continue without force. That's right. Now allowing this healing experience to be enough for today, begin to sense that this part of the work is gently coming to completion. There's no need to do more. There's no need to search for another wound. There's no need to ask the child for anything else. Whatever happened today, whether it was vivid or subtle, emotional or quiet, clear or only partly known, it's enough. Let the wise, mature adult gently review that healing place and recognize what has been established. This child has been met with care. The resource team has been present, reliable, and approachable. the sanctuary remains available. The process has been paced and respected. The adult self has not had to do everything alone. Now the wise, mature adult can decide how best to close the experience for today, knowing that this is a place that any other wounded child can come back to and use in the same way, without force, without demanding, and with love and compassion. Perhaps this child will remain in the healing place, resting safely. The nurturing parent will stay nearby, offering comfort. The protective parent continuing to guard the boundary. Perhaps the true spiritual self will remain in the quiet field of dignity and compassion and belonging, radiating over the entire sanctuary. Perhaps any provisional resources that were helpful today can remain only as long as they're useful, and then gently step back when their work is complete. Always being nearby, always being available for when needed. So allow the inner system to arrange itself in a way that is most stable and healing. And if the child needs one final reassurance before you return, let the resource team offer it now. The protective parent may say, "You are safe here. I'm watching over you." The nurturing parent may say, "You are cared for. You do not have to be alone anymore." The wise, mature adult can say, "We will continue the right process at the right pace for you and any other wounded parts that need to come forward. Nothing has to be rushed or forced." The true spiritual self may say, "You belong. You've always belonged." Let the messages settle gently into the healing place, and allow the adult self to say goodbye for now, allowing the child to rest comfortably and knowing that it can contact you at any point. It's not goodbye as abandonment, it's goodbye as completion for today. And the adult self may say, "I will remember you. I will come back when the time is right. I'm so happy we found you. I'm so happy you're part of our sanctuary now. You never have to disappear. You can rest." And notice that the child does not have to respond in any particular way. The child may rest, may watch, may receive comfort, may remain close to the resource team. All of that is fine. Now let the resource team help place the healing experience into a safe inner container, locking it away, not rejecting, simply holding it well. The learning, the comfort, the protection, the connection can safely be contained inside that place, where a deeper mind can continue to process them gently and appropriately. Anything that belongs in conscious awareness may remain available. Anything that belongs in deeper processing may continue there. Anything that is not needed right now can be set down. The body does not need to carry more than is appropriate. Let the body know the work is complete for today. I can return to the present moment. I can bring back only what is useful. I can leave the rest safely held in the sanctuary. Very good. Now begin to sense the healing place becoming quiet and settled, the resource team remaining in position. The child is not alone. The space is safe. The adult self can begin to step back from the healing place, coming back to a normal level of wakeful awareness, ready to do the adulting of the day, and begin to move gently back through the sanctuary, noticing the surroundings again, the colors, the texture, the air, the ground beneath your feet, the sense of safety as you come back to your normal level of wakeful awareness. And as you move through the sanctuary, you might allow yourself to appreciate that this place can be returned to, not compulsively, not as an escape from life, but as a safe inner resource for repair, stabilization, and compassionate contact. The sanctuary remains available as a place where parts can be met with care. The resource team remains available as a structure of support. The adult self remains the one who chooses when, where, and how to enter. Now, as you prepare to return, begin to notice the rhythm of your breathing again. The breath in, the breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. The body supported, the room around you, the present moment waiting for you. You do not have to rush back. Gently return gradually to your normal level of wakeful awareness, or just simply drop off to sleep if it's late at night. Begin to feel the support beneath your body. The chair, the couch, the floor, whatever's holding you. Notice the weight of the body, the position of the hands. Notice the feet, the air on the skin. You're here now. You have choice now. Returning now. Eyes open when ready. Returning fully to the present. Awake, alert, grounded, steady. Take your time coming back. Notice the room. Notice the temperature. And come back to your full wakeful state now. Very good.